Hi guys, I just filmed this video and it didn't record any audio, so I'm doing a voiceover of my own video, so hopefully I'll remember everything I just said. Okay, so this video is about my brand new Raydori. A Raydori is like a Midori traveller's notebook made by Ray Blake, the amazing Ray Blake, he made this one that I'm showing you now. This is my first Raydori. And it's gorgeous. It's a plum or wine colour, and he made it for me a couple of months ago. He inscribed my name in it, which is just one of the personalisation touches he does. His work is just amazing, and then he's just made me this beautiful tan or camel colour one. This is my first Midori. I got it second hand and I made the mistake of putting shoe polish on it, it was a huge mistake, and I really don't recommend doing that. And then I got this one. I bought it because the first one had shoe polish on it, and I love it. I do, but I do want to switch it out sometimes. I like having options. When I was using Filofaxes, I would switch every 3 weeks. With my Midoris, I switch far less frequently. But the thing with the Midori is this tin clasp that I'm showing you now. It's annoying because when you have the Midori open on your laptop or your keyboard or whatever, it presses buttons because of the metal that sticks out. It's the clasp that holds the elastics on the inside together. So I didn't like that. So one of the things that Ray does is simple. He just doesn't include the tin clasp, which means that, you know, it doesn't touch any buttons. And it's those kind of customizations and things that you can ask Ray to do or Ray not to do that make your Raydori perfect. And so I've asked for a couple of modifications with my new Raydori, and it's just gorgeous. So I'm going to describe the Raydori, and I'll do another video tomorrow on setting it up. So it's made of this gorgeous brown leather colour. The colour is like a camel or a light tan, and the reason why I love this colour is because Midori made a 5th anniversary limited edition camel colour one a couple of years ago, and because this was before I was into Midoris, I couldn't get my hands on one in February when I wanted to buy a Midori. And so I'm very lucky that Ray had some leather that was exactly the same and was able to make me one. And it's so gorgeous. And he even made the clasp, the elastic closure, the same colour as the 5th edition, the 5th anniversary edition from Midori did. So it's just those little touches that just make it so special. And it's a gorgeous, really soft, velvety leather. It's almost like nubuck. It really is velvety. And it is easy to scratch, but that's what you've got to live with. If you've got a leather like this, it is easy to scratch. It has got a few scratches on it, but they just add to the character. And it is gorgeous colour. I hope you can see it properly, because this video has got some strange lighting in it. I do have overhead lights which cause shadows, so I've got my lamp on the dimmest light, and it actually brings out the colour quite well. So it is this gorgeous camel colour. I'm not actually quite sure what I'm saying in the video at this point. I am doing a voiceover and I can't remember what I said in the video. It's probably me talking about how gorgeous the leather is. And I think in a moment I'm about to do a comparison of I'm talking about the elastic now. Yeah, it is exactly, I think, judging by the photos that I've seen online, it is the same green as on the actual original 5th anniversary edition. and it's got all these natural characteristics that leather comes with, and it's just so gorgeous. Now I'm showing you the where my name's inscribed, and where you can see the letter punches have gone in, you can see how soft this leather is. Because if you can see from my first Raydori, the letter punches have gone in much deeper this time, and that's because this leather is so soft, and it's really flexible, and it feels much smoother than the wine colour one. The wine colour one feels like a normal leather. They're both pull-up leather, but the wine one is much kind of tougher, and this one is much smoother and softer, but I love it. I really do. It's so nice to feel and to hold. It has got some of those original kind of scratches that it came with, and there will be more added, especially as it goes in my handbag, but it just adds to the character of it. And so as I said earlier, you can ask Ray if he's I'm just wondering what I'm saying here. Sorry. Yes. So if you are asking Ray to make you one, which for this size costs £25, which is really cheap, you can ask him to make some changes to the design. And one of the designs that Ray does himself is to have the elastic going through the middle of the spine, and I prefer it to go through the back of the back cover, which is how the original Midori is. And the reason that I prefer that is because it is easier for me to be able to close it and open it with either hand, depending on which hand I've got available. So it goes through the middle of the back like the normal Midori, which means that I can take it off with my right hand and put it back on with my right hand, or I can take it off with my left hand or put it back with my left hand. And it's easier for me. That's just the way that I'm used to it because I got a Midori first. The Filofax Domino does it like the way I'm showing you now, but I do prefer it with the hole through the back. It's just easier for my hand. I do struggle more, especially when using my left hand, to do it with a hole through the spine. So I do prefer it with a hole through the back, like with the Raydori that Ray just made for me. It's easier for me to undo like that. And I also asked him to modify how the elastics are arranged on the inside. Now this is one of the amazing things that Ray does, which is making inserts. He is so good at making inserts as well as making the Raydoris themselves. And as you probably know, he actually makes, with Steve Morton, he makes the Filofaxy inserts for Filofaxes, and so he makes them for the Midoris as well. And the insert I just showed you is the dot grid insert. I love dot grid paper, and it's available to download on Ray's website, My Life All in One Place. And he's made the file folder, and he's made a lined notebook insert, which is brilliant because I'm definitely going to use them. And it's just those touches that he just goes all out to make a product that is perfect. So it's absolutely fantastic. So one of the things that I asked Ray to do was to change the configuration of the elastics on the inside. This is how the elastics are in the Midori and in the first Raydori that I got, which is that they go through 2 vertical holes at the top and 2 vertical holes at the bottom. And that means that the elastics sit on top of each other, and that there's one elastic that's almost the full length of, or the full height of the Midori, but then there's one that's slightly shorter. And I do find that it's more difficult to get the notebooks in, especially in the shorter one. So as you can see, it goes through vertical. The holes are on top of each other, whereas the way that I asked Ray to do it, he's done it so that it's the holes are horizontal, they're next to each other, which makes it much easier to fit the notebooks in, and the spines don't touch, which makes it easier, especially when you've got larger inserts or multiple inserts, that they don't keep on rubbing the spines together, which make it more difficult. I'm just going to take a drink because my throat's drying out. Okay, so this means that you can actually fit more than 2 notebooks in. You can fit more than 2 notebooks in to the Midori if you play around with the elastics, which I will show you in a second. I have got 3 in the Midori I'm using at the moment. So how I've done it is that you've got the middle notebook, let's call it notebook 2, has both, you can put just one, but I've put both of the actual Midori elastics through the middle. And then you've got insert 1 and insert 3, which are on either side of insert 2 on a separate elastic. So they've got the separate elastic running through the middle, and this is the spare elastic that came with my Midori. My camera's not focusing very well, just trying to get to focus. There we go. Running through the middle of those two. So basically the spines of numbers 1 and 3 are touching, and then number 3 passes under number 2 and it holds it in place. And I will do another video showing you how to do that. So basically that's how you get 3 notebooks into a normal Midori, by putting 1 through the actual Midori elastics and then 1 through a spare elastic. 2 through a spare elastic. But the way that I've asked Ray to arrange the elastics in the modified Raydori is it is possible to arrange 6 notebooks in there, and I don't know if I'm actually going to use 6, but basically if you think about each elastic as being able to have 1 notebook on the elastic and then 2 either side, and because you've got 2 elastics you can therefore have 6 notebooks in there, 3 on one elastic and 3 on the other, which is amazing. I don't think I'm actually going to have 6 on there because it would get very heavy, but it is possible. So if you do want a really chunky Midori style notebook, and what I'm trying to do here is just to show you, Ray, because theoretically you could have 6 notebooks in there, Ray's actually made the leather wider, and it's actually taller than my first Raydori by about 5mm, which I like because my Midoris, because they're quite, heavy, they sink to the bottom, which the extra width of the Midori means that it won't do that. But he's made the leather wider so that the notebooks, when you've theoretically got 6 in, won't stick out. Because if you've got multiple notebooks in your Midori, you will probably know that they can stick out, especially depending on your elastic configuration. So I'm just trying to line up the leathers of the notebooks to show you that there is extra leather. He has cut it so that the leather of this Raydori is slightly wider, slightly longer than the standard Midori size. And when my camera focuses, you should be able to see that there's about 5mm extra leather there. Focus. Trying to get it to focus. I'll just hold it up. There's about 5mm extra, which should make all the difference with hopefully not having so much of the kind of the edges of the notebooks poking out of the side of the Midori. So it's not focusing very well at all. So that's my Raydori. I'm just showing you here how they don't necessarily line up. You can see the middle one pokes out a bit. Sorry this is such a rubbish voiceover. It's the first voiceover I've done and I didn't write notes beforehand, so I'm just trying to remember what I said and match my voiceover up to my hand actions, which I know don't don't match up. It looks a bit like I'm a rubbish puppet ventriloquist type person. I don't even match my own hand gestures. Oh well. So that's my Raydori. It's absolutely gorgeous. You should definitely try, think of investing in one. And I just want to say thank you to Ray. You are a Renaissance man. Thank you so much. You are very, very skilled, and I am so happy with both of my Raydoris. Thank you so much.